Hello and welcome to session 21 of Eyes of Saemyth. I think it's 21. Is it 21?
Yes, it's 21.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
21?
Or 22.
21.
21.
25?
22.
17.
Ooh, 85.
I woke up an hour ago. All right, give me a fucking break. All right.
390.
We're going to start off the session with a recap. Whoever does the recap gets an inspiration for the session. Who would like to give us a recap for what happened last time? I think Rav as the note taker. You're going to need to be the note taker.
No, but I cheated. So my notes don't count. I cheated. Points at the note taker. Okay, last session. What's happened last session in terms of, I guess, lore, I guess you can call it. We started off in 𝘏𝘰𝘮𝘦 and we met with a gentleman who offered to loan us a cart and a very lovely moorbounder named Almar, so big, scary, snuggly puppy who's going to be joining us on our trip towards the Asus Ridge. On our travels, we had a few conversations and then we were jumped by a group of goblins. Some insults were thrown back and forth, which was interesting, and we came out successful, which was good, so yay, successful. And during that fight it was revealed that a certain Angel of Adin may be tracking Lyre. The the Waiting Dark has come back for revenge, it sounds. So Lyre is now being hunted, which is great. After kind of having that moment of realization, Lyre went into more detail about his, I guess, plan for what he wants to do at the Asus Ridge, talking more on this draining of power that he wants. And what else happened? Oh, we talked about the White Wolf as well. White Wolf lore, this big scary guy up in the ring. Turns out that Ymir knows the guy, or Ymir's family knows the guy, and made her dom hand, and you know that's good stuff. So and then to kind of close up the session, Lyre and Sinza made a deal that if Lyre steps out of line, Sinza, they have the possibility of putting him out of his misery. But you know, it's like, look at the pretty flowers, Lyre. And yeah, that's it.
I just want to say, I said stop me. That doesn't necessarily mean put him in a body bag.
Open to interpretation.
Okay.
You've just signed a death warrant, love. But
I
yes,
have magic. It's hers. Anyway, huh?
Don't want my magic.
So we're going to do a bit of semi-expediting this session and a little bit of theatre of the mind because we're having issues with Foundry again. So please forgive me if I'm spaffing a lot of shit at you and you're not getting any visuals. You're about a week into your journey at this point. Since your attack of the goblins that had jumped your camp a few nights prior, the road has been quiet. You've passed a couple of caravans that have been making their way to 𝘏𝘮𝘮 and 𝘏𝘰𝘮𝘮 as you've been passing through. The road got a little busier the closer you got to the Elenian city, but with your focus being making this trip worth it, given that you'd only hired Almar for a short period of time, that you continued to press forward. You were told directions from some passing by, saying that there is a tavern at the base of the mountain that you should be able to stay in before making your trek up. This seems to be quite a commonly used path for the pilgrimage, given that you're using the map that was given to you by Amelio. Can someone roll me, whoever is driving the cart, a survival check, please? Who's driving?
Was it Sinza who kind of
It
became
was initially Simba.
car mom? Does someone else want to drive?
I can roll if you want to take a break. What am I rolling, sorry, Toby?
Survival, please.
Survival. That's not bad. 6.
Okay.
On a D20, sorry.
Yeah, it's 6.
Oh, shit.
Okay, roll me a d6.
Is Encounter time.
5.
5. Okay. Also, I prep this encounter for you. Talk amongst yourselves.
Fuck. Dex, see what you did?
Because I didn't try.
What?
What you fucking?
Kaiden!
Kaiden, it's your fault. It's your fault we're getting lost again. I was taking a nap.
That's the
What
point!
did I do?
I was counting my rocks.
Yeah, I was going through my rock collection. I dropped
Yeah.
one.
I got lucky with my rolls last session, man. I'm gonna die.
Okay.
What do you mean, perhaps, Dex?
I said mayhaps.
Yeah, there's a
It's the
difference.
same thing!
Yeah. Similar.
So, as you're making your way down the path, it seems that you're starting to go downhill slightly. It's a bit of a divot in the grass as you're making way through. The path is indented, and sidled either side by a short cliff face ridge. You're looking at more like a 3 to 4 foot high. It's not very high. The deeper you go, however, the closer you're getting to water. As you're kind of traveling through, it seems that this has started to fill up with water because it's quite deep. The sides now looking at maybe 8 or 9 feet tall as you're kind of looking up either side. Can all of you make me a perception check, please?
Oh my god, 5.
That's a natural 20 for me.
Thank God.
17.
Okay. 17 and nat 20. Unfortunately, Lyre, you're focused on trying to keep Almar from just pulling the cart forward.
Fucking.
Because he's seen water and he wants to go to it. So he's like, and you're struggling. Kaiden and Sinza, both of you have a slightly abnormal sense of smell as Elenians. The two of you can smell blood ahead of you. It's that metallic sting that sits in the back of your nose. Kaiden, it smells relatively fresh with the 20.
Does it smell like it's from the direction of the water?
Yes.
Want to go for a swim, Sinza?
Really?
Nope. Nope.
I think he'll just, he'll move forward a bit, just to the edge of the water, just to kind of like
Get in the water.
see if he can get an idea if it seems close. Whatever this. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Huh? What was that? Just
What-
dead
what
would
dead?
pop up on the
What
screen.
dead? What dead?
What dead?
So as you
What
pull
then?
up towards the water, you can see a cart that has had its wheels splintered. Some of the wheels are like either dented or snapped in two, and the cart is like overturned on its side. And laying against the cart, just out of the water, some of his clothes are kind of in the water itself, but he's mostly dry. Is a corpse. The water itself is running crimson as you look slightly further ahead and can see the remains of his horse.
How deep is the water?
Knee deep, Max.
Get in the water.
I'm not going back. Sinza, I think, hops down from the cart to get a better, like a closer look, and to like the very edge where the mud kind of meets the water, she stands and tries to get like a closer look. Can I make out any features on this gentleman who's
Roll me
perished?
another perception check, please.
Nine.
from here, you can see blood-stained leather. Like a long coat. He looks like a highwayman. The one thing I'd say you can really pick up from that is that he's got a little skull on the front of his hat. His hat is mostly covering his face.
Does it look like some kind of religion-esque thing, or anything I recognize, or just like jewelry, basically?
Looks like jewelry. Looks like a fashion statement, potentially.
Okay. Sinza kind of takes a step back, and then she walks over to the crew. This is giving me a bit of like cavern deja vus, getting jumped in places. I'm not sure how we're gonna go trying to get through here. There's a destroyed cart and a horse in the way.
Ymir will comment she can't see anyone.
Huh? Like no spirit?
She nods. That usually indicates that spirit has moved on or has attached itself to someone.
Or something.
Or something.
Or maybe the body's not completely dead yet.
Or maybe he has, like, loot on him, though.
No.
Zani?
No. Zani! Yeah. Sinza, it kind of looks to the big burly ball man.
He's very focused and kind of looking into the forest to see. He's just checking the surroundings more than where the water is. See if anything's hiding.
What's your passive perception, Dex?
Ooh. Let me check. His passive
5.
is
7.
14.
Ooh.
14, okay. Nothing around you that's like in the surrounding woodland on the cliff tops or anything like that looks out of place, but you do notice there is a litter of arrows in that cart and in that man.
Now, for fact,
It was likely he was ambushed.
I think there's still something in the forest, but I don't see anything from here.
can we go up and around rather than through?
Maybe we want to go back and find another path. Passing through here might lead to something. And they have the high ground at the moment if they jump us.
Does the map show another direction we could go from here, Toby?
It is a straight path. It'd be a ball ache for you to try and move the cart up the side of these cliff faces.
Does the map show a different path anywhere else if we turn back?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Certain?
Insight check.
You want to insight check the DM?
Yes. I mean,
Toby's just going to be like, roll another d6 there.
Oh, look, a dragon.
Rocks fall.
Oh no, rocks fall, everyone dies.
Okay. Well, if only we had
something for you, man.
Hold on. If only we had 2 strong people who use their rage to move obstacles out of the way. Whatever. If only we had 2 people.
Yeah, like you're so strong. You should
No, I'm not.
Go with Kaiden and lift that cart.
If we're moving the cart through and something's hiding, they're probably going to shoot the people not pushing the cart.
You watch Ymir kneel down next to the water and put a hand in the water. Just wait.
Ymir?
She's just silent for a few moments. There's nothing in the water. Maybe safe for a few like small fish and a frog.
I hate not having magic. I hate it. What can I do?
Almar is just going to take a drink while he's here.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Sip, 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 sip.
Can we see any? If I back up a little bit and look at the cliff face, can we see any like indentations in the side of the cliff? Can we see footprints? Can we see anything?
Roll me an investigation check.
There we go. Investigation. 15.
15, okay. So you start kind of looking around at the stone kind of cliff faces next to you. And the more you're focusing, the more you're seeing these kind of scratches into the stone that look like a language.
Do I understand
It's not
that
a language
language?
you can read, no.
Are you sure?
It looks like
Not
it was
anymore.
clawed in, like
Thank you,
drawn
Dex.
in with a
Thank you.
sharp object.
Does anyone understand this language?
Does anyone speak Undercommon? No? It's a language.
Hold up. Let me cast a spell.
You did this to yourself.
I did. I'm trying to get there as good as I can.
If you're looking kind of down the pathway, you would be able to fit the cart through there.
I think Kaiden's going to wade through the water to just check ahead.
Kaiden.
Yeah.
Just. Sinza looks like she wants to step in the water, but she's like hesitating, and she like just continues to hesitate because she's like wants to follow you, but she's just staying at the edge.
Well, I'm just going to check ahead.
Okay, just be careful.
Just keep an eye on my back and above, and it'll be alright.
Okay.
It would just kind of like just go closer to get a good look at the wagon, the body, and like the horse.
Roll an investigation check.
That's not good for him.
It's just like a Lord of the Rings situation. If I say melon, will a door open?
And
Melon.
9.
A 9. You're looking at this corpse, and he is definitely... He's not been here long.
Right.
He's been... The blood on his clothes is dry. So he's been here long enough that he has stopped bleeding. But his braces are really nice.
So it looks like he's
There's
not
a-
been
there's
long
a-
in here
like a-
enough to be looted, though.
Yeah, and nobody has looted this body. He seems to have all of his stuff on him.
They just wanted the fucking horse.
Take it. Take the gold. Take the gold. I'm poor. Kaiden, take the gold.
He'll inspect the braces.
You
My guy.
run your hand over them, and there is this gold shimmer that kind of follows your hand as you run your hand over them.
Your magic.
I don't have gold in my collection yet.
Lyre starts foaming at the mouth.
No one's gonna get those back now. They're an invisible item. They don't exist anymore, guys. They're in Kaiden's collection.
they are in the collection.
As
Because
you
they're
kind of unclasp
gold.
them off of
Gold!
him,
He doesn't
you
have
notice
gold in his
the-
collection.
the braces grow when you take them off him and
what?
resize themselves. They grow. They change shape.
Oh,
Oh.
A growing rock.
Oh. He's gonna check it out, see if it fits his arm. Because now this has intrigued him. He's like,
As you slip it over your arm, it sort of shrinks to size and fits your wrist perfectly.
Cursed.
yep.
probably most likely.
Your AC has gone up by 2.
Oh, they're those braces that fucking Nox has. I fucking knew it. Fuck. Yo!
Oh, shit.
Must be nice.
Oh, shit.
17 AC.
So whilst you are not wearing armor or carrying a shield, your AC goes up by 2 whilst you're wearing these braces.
Damn.
Oh, Oh, yum.
Oh, that's good. Good shit.
I'm looking at the squishy wizard over there, like.
I'm fine.
So I've added those to your inventory and equipment for you.
Thank you.
Do you see anything?
You
Steel.
continue to look at the body if there's
Gauntlets.
other things you want to try and see if you can get off this guy.
Before I continue to look at the body, I'll just let the others. I found some cool shape-changing, like, clothing stuff, but I don't think it comes off.
Clothing stuff?
Yeah, like,
I mean, it
was
just
wearing
it unclips when you unclip it. Like, it does come off.
he doesn't clip everything. He uses ramp. He doesn't really clip anything, so he just kind of pulls at it
and it just comes off because it's not attached to you.
Oh, I broke it.
No, you gotta Kaiden, you gotta clip it, tie it. Yeah.
Ymir is going to start wading through the water.
Dead body, dead things. Let's not raise our voices.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, right, yeah, so... It's really cool,
I found something really interesting on the body, because now that makes me want to go through his pockets.
Oh my god.
Is there anything else of note, Kaiden? Any signs of what killed him?
Arrows.
You can roll me a medicine check.
Too far, I can't hear you.
She signs in palms.
Okay. he was just like...
Killed him.
Arrows.
Exactly.
I didn't roll the perception check. I don't know.
Arrows killed him.
Ymir will point out to you, Kaiden, that she can cast Speak with Dead on the corpse. If there's information you want out of this guy, she can just bring him back briefly.
That might be helpful, but are you does it take a lot of your energy? Are you going to be in danger if you're casting it, or?
It is something that I can do once every day, so it is okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to bring them back, I mean, does it bring them back forever? Do they just?
No,
No.
Kaiden, I've done this in front of you before. What are you talking about?
Well, I thought you just killed him again. You just let him die and just...
No. Why would I do that?
Well, I don't know. I thought you just let them die again. I thought you brought them back, but they don't they don't have all their flesh back, so you just let them dead, let them die again.
Let him dead.
Let them dead. They've become dead again.
Ymir pulls a face and is going to try and investigate the corpse. She wants to see if there's anything else on him. That's 2. With a 9, Ymir is kind of rummaging through his pockets, and she is looking for something in particular. You assume probably gold. She pulls a piece of paper out this guy's pocket and then just kind of passes it back to you like she doesn't care about it, and then starts going through. She manages to find 200 gold pieces on this guy, and she's like,
"Oh, share."
Of course, Ymir's getting the money.
Well, no one else fucking jumped on it, so I thought I might.
Can I read whatever this paper is? Is there anything on it?
As you pull it open, I'm gonna have to show it on the Foundry page. Hold on.
Everyone else, close your eyes.
No, you can all look at it if you want. So it will be this one. Show players. Go. You see that?
Oh.
It's a lot of bumps on the paper. And that's about it. You can't read it. If it is even something to be read.
Just puts it away. You can't read it either. I don't know what that is.
And Ymir kind of stands up. She's like, well, that's kind of all he had on him. Look at that. He's got an
That was
iPad.
it. Oh. Wait, does he missing an eye?
And then puts it back down. It's like, yeah.
Oh. It'll take a... Ymir, are you able to... No, you can't read because you're blind. What's that stuff you talk...
I can read. Kind of. Not really. Well, not like you can read, but I can read.
What is that stuff you read again?
Braille.
Braille. Is this Braille?
What is?
This.
she held her hand
right,
up.
she can't see it.
And she puts her finger against it and like runs her fingers against it. And she's like, yes, I can read this.
Okay.
And her face frowns as she's reading. I think Sinza wants to read this.
Wait, can Sinza read Bale?
I will have to read it to her, but I think Sinza will want to read this.
Sinza in palms.
What? She signs back.
He's decided, come here, read.
You see her look down at the water. And she probably hesitates for too long, and then very, very slowly, looking up, not looking down at it, she kind of wades through the water towards Kaiden.
It's kind of cold. It's unpleasant. It could be worse, but you know, as you're making your way through, and you're like you look down at Ymir, who's running her hands over this piece of paper, and she kind of looks in your direction as you draw closer to her. I think you would be interested in this letter, Sinza.
Do you want to read it to me?
Yes, I do. I will have to get the image up on my PC because I'll put it on screen for you lot to read as well, so you can read it at your own pace.
Oh no, we left the wizards. Well, we left Lyre on the shore by himself.
Okay. The well wasn't necessary, but okay.
Sinza,
Thought you had a fucking earthbend, but you know.
Would you like to read this letter out for us?
I most certainly can.
I will then send it to your whispers.
Okay, I'm really scared.
You
You guys are
can
going to
give
catch
this a
my
read.
reaction in real time.
Oh
so-
no.
This is the translated version of the letter when it sends. Yummy.
I like letters.
Okay.
Right off the fucking bat. Okay. Miris, I should be making good time to Bria in the coming months. Hope you've been holding down the fort since I've been gone. Last I checked, she was on the move. Anne had word since she left the city. It's been a... What? It's been a back and forth trail, sometimes clear as day, sometimes gone completely. I ain't had the scent to pin her down. To one place just yet, and I'm sure as hell ain't got the intention to get caught when she's that out of control. Oh no. She looks like you said she would. At least I almost didn't believe you, given you know, but you were right. I'll give her the details to find Bree as soon as I can. Get her at a good time. Don't want the WhatsApp getting lost. Yours, Malabar RS.
So Ymir has read that letter to you.
Can I make a intelligence check?
You can indeed. What are you trying to figure out?
This is about Sinza.
Okay.
$16.
What are you trying to figure out about Sinza?
There's a lot of language in here that may be relating to her in a way.
This
And
letter
she's
is
like-
most definitely about you.
Yeah. Sinza's brow, I think, creases as she's listening to Ymir read out the letter, and I think she crosses her arms, and this kind of rigid, almost wall goes up a little bit. So that's interesting. So, I mean, the person who I'm looking for already knows I exist, which is okay. Ymir,
Yes, hello.
you can talk to this guy, right?
I can bring him back for a little bit and ask him some questions.
Would that be okay? It's not gonna, like, I don't want to put too much of a strain on you.
Lyre, are you staying at the water's edge?
I'm sort of just staying with the cart, so our Moorbound doesn't run off.
Almar is still having a sippy and is just kind of looking up at you like, what are we doing? So you're sat with Almar. Ymir will place her hand on, now that you know his name, Malabar. And there is this kind of spark of gold light that flickers purple briefly as she brings his soul back briefly into his body. And his eyes snap open. And his head tilts back as he looks up at you. He has one eye under a patch, and the other is kind of a soft, orangey brown. He's got tusks. He's a half-orc. As he's kind of looking in your direction, but not quite looking at you. And Ymir looks at you like, what question should I ask? You have 5 questions.
Fuck. Fuck. If I ask them a question this is just, I'm not even sure if Sinza would know this. Can they see in this, when they're in this state?
No.
Would I look from, okay. Sinza, I think, kind of leans down to them and is like, how do you know of Sinza?
How do I know of you? I was told about you.
What about me?
You're the kind of person that would fit in quite well with our crew. At least the boss thinks so.
Are you a Lycan?
Yes.
Sinza, I think, looks to Kaiden for a little bit of guidance. What else should I ask? I don't...
That's a question, isn't it?
I'm talking to Dexter. Oh, fuck you, my
Yeah.
answer.
I'm not
I
as
can't
rude
say.
as you
I,
know, I'm
can't,
not-
I didn't want to come out and say, "Is that a question?" Because then it would have wasted the last two questions.
That would have been really funny, though.
I could do that to you, but I'm not going to. I'll
Okay,
you
appreciate
put your two questions.
We can speak in
That would've
palms.
been really
Speaking in palms, it's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure what else are we trying to find out. Like, I mean, who their boss is, or do
It-
they have people nearby, like a group of them?
Yeah. Is there someone we can talk to before going to 𝘏𝘪𝘨?
Not locally. It's just me.
Same palms again. Just we could ask Lyre. Lyre's pretty smart. He might have a better worded question.
Lyre.
Get in the water.
Get in the water.
Get in the water.
As you begin to move the cart into the water, it doesn't struggle to get through this deeper water, and Almar seems to enjoy the cool water on his fur, so he's not complaining. As you pull up and kind of hop off the cart briefly.
What's going on?
This guy who died, he was carrying a letter from Miris, and it was a part of the Kindred of Ash.
Okay, that's great.
They were... I asked a couple questions, but I don't know what else to ask. I have so many questions, but I just don't know what to ask.
Okay. What did the letter say, first of all? Just so I know the situation.
They were looking for me. They think...
I'll put the letter on screen so you can have a look at it. If
It was more so just Lyre officially heard the letter without metagaming.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what have you asked so far?
How does he know of me?
Okay.
Is there someone else we can talk to before going to 𝘏𝘪𝘨? Is he a Lycan? Just yes.
Okay. Are they looking for you in a friendly matter, or are they...
He said that he thinks that maybe I'd be a good part of their group, but I don't know their intentions, so that might be something good to ask.
Okay, there's that. Are they hidden somewhere at 𝘏𝘪𝘨? Is there a secret knock or code that you need?
So many
Is there any-
questions.
You could ask if there is any need to know information about your importance.
I also don't want to be selfish. Like this man passed. Do we want to ask him how he died?
Arrows.
If it... if I ask him if his intentions are good, he's not gonna answer that. He's not gonna be like, yeah, my intentions are bad.
Then don't ask that. Sinza, be selfish for the love of God. This is your one chance. Be selfish. Ask what you want to ask.
Why do you want me at 𝘏𝘪𝘨?
There seems to be a moment where he's considering his answer.
See?
The boss wants to teach you the same thing he taught everyone in our little family. How to keep yourself under control.
Can I insight check a corpse?
You can.
Mhm.
With that, his head kind of tilts back and rolls back onto the cot as the spell ends.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. He doesn't have the capacity to lie using this spell.
Okay. He was being truthful.
So I guess our views align then. Thank you. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to have that conversation, so I appreciate your assistance.
No worries. I understand this is a very intense moment, but we are also standing in an ambush zone. Do you mind if we push through and then we can get back to this?
Yep.
You
I
notice
agree.
that the cart has moved, and Almar has pulled the cart over to the horses and is now eating the horse.
Well, there's
At least it's
lunch.
eating.
Well, it's not one not.
Do we need anything off of his body? Is there any markings or anything? Does he
You
have
can
any
do
notes?
another investigation check to go through his pockets again if there's anything you've forgotten or lost.
I would love to look for any notes on the Kindred of Ash, any extra letters or any symbols or just something he might be carrying in regards to them.
Yeah.
Oh! Natural 20.
Nat 20.
For a total of 24.
Dang.
24. So as you pull open his kind of grey coat,
I strip him naked.
Pinned to the inside of his coat is a small bronze pin with a sigil on it. As you kind of pull it off, Sinza, you recognize the sigil. It is the Kindred of Ash.
Oh, that's the symbol of the Kindred of Ash. I guess he wasn't lying.
Do you want it?
Yeah.
Since as you take it, you make a mental note that this thing is not made of silver. Like most of these kinds of pins are made of silver. This one is made of bronze.
Because you don't like silver.
Mm-hmm.
Because it burns.
Just kind of rubs her thumb over it. Kind of warms it in her palm. Is there anything like any runes or like kind of arcane or magic-y, feely, touchy stuff to it, or is it just warm because it's been on a corpse?
As you're running your thumb over the back of it, you feel 3 or 4 kind of indents, and it is the Braille for M. His initial was indented into this.
Do I find anything else on him, Tobes? Or is he picked
You
clean?
find you do find a map. You find a map on his person, but there is no particular details that are marked out.
All right.
It seems that he was one intending to send the letter, so he wasn't expecting that to be on his body when he died. And 2, if he did leave anything behind if he died, that it would be difficult to follow.
Okay.
He's trying to remain as disconnected as he can from the Kindred of Ash for their sake.
Got you.
Kaiden.
Would Kaiden know, I mean, since trying to search for Kindred of Ash stuff with Sinza for so long, and just lichens in general, do they have any kind of like burial rites?
Off the top of your head, you know that it's very likely he was a follower of Ezoa, but being not really a part of that religious sect yourself, it's hard to tell. The god of the hunt has his own ways of burying. It seems likely to be a natural burial. So leaving the body out to be taken by wildlife is the cycle.
I think he'll just kind of put the body, like he'll take it and just move it to like where it's on ground instead of just in this dead bit of water here.
Okay. So you kind of pull Malabar back onto the ground again. He's pretty heavy. He's quite a hefty guy. Still littered with arrows, mind you.
There's like this pause of like looking at the body and looking at Alma, and then being like, no, I'll just put it on the ground.
Snack? No. Snack?
Yeah, no.
While Kaiden's being respectful and stuff, using the 20-year-old, can I rifle through his cart? See if there's anything in the cart?
Yeah, you can. You kind of start picking apart the cart. It seems that the cart was picked clean. They didn't find anything of interest on the body, but there was something in the cart that whoever ambushed him wanted. As Almar is eating what is left of the horse, prior to Almar taking a munch out of it, this thing had already been eaten by something.
Okay. We should go. We should just go.
Yeah. Sinza's gonna jump up onto the cart to get out of the water and then kind of lead it through.
Okay.
Okay, Dad. Is that cool?
Yeah. Just shouting real loud for him.
As the four of you begin to make your way. Oh. God damn it. There you go.
Toby,
Can Kaiden like climb on top of the cart for a while just to keep an eye out?
You can do.
Toby,
Okay.
Don't. Just don't.
We'll
Toby,
see.
don't.
As you
Toby.
pull
What's
yourselves
your tokens?
out of the water, on the other end, it seems that it was just sort of a divot that has collected rain. So it wasn't a natural spring of any kind. It was just kind of it has eroded over time. Kaiden, you're kind of sat on top of the cart and looking around. You swear you see something move at some point in the bushes on the top of the cliff face, but nothing presents itself. Could have just been an animal.
This seemed like it was an animal?
Seemed pretty big for an animal.
Okay. Just staring at general direction or overall while traveling.
As you're making your way back down this path, as your journey continues, it is starting to get dark. There you go. As you have made your way to about the halfway point now, you're following the path though, so you're starting to get to more open plains that have rockier intersections, as you can see the Asus Ridge ahead of you. This long stretch of multiple peaks that are in line with each other for the most part, some of which are bigger than others. As you're making your way through, you're looking at the map, and the map states that you are going specifically to the Stratus Summit, which is one of the mountains in the Asus Ridge. So you're beginning to get there. You're making your way. For the next week of you traveling, Kaiden, you can't shake the feeling you're being followed. Since that encounter in the sort of the indent of water with Malabar, something's been following you. You don't know what it is, and you don't know who it is or how many of them there are, but you keep seeing out the corner of your eye this large shape moving far enough back that it can't really be detected, but you're tuned in.
Do I pick up any sense, or do I notice that it's keeping like the distance is like consistent, where I could indicate this thing's pretty intelligent?
The distance is pretty consistent.
Okay.
Like they are actively making a choice to stay quite far back from the cart. Even when you're resting, these things don't get close to you. So they stay at a distance. Once or twice you have gotten the scent of wet fur. Like a wet dog smell.
Okay. What time is it currently?
At this point, I'd say it's starting to get dark. You're thinking about setting up camp for the night.
Okay. I'm gonna go find Sinza.
Sinza's giving Elmar like little chin scratches.
Sinza,
Kaiden.
I don't want to like alarm anyone, but I think we've been followed for like the past week by something. So like since you know the body, because I saw something leave it when we left, and then I keep spotting something.
Sinza, I think, just like looks, but there, she just looks out on the horizon. She just like does like just that like out of caution. She just kind of looks. Do I see anything at all? Just out of habit.
Roll me a perception check.
5.
Nothing particularly catches your eye.
Mhm.
Looks like the same sort of environment that you've been traveling in for the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it's been following us for a week and hasn't jumped us, it's kind of strange.
It's staying at the same distance away from us, and I can smell like wet fur for like the last week. And that's not just me or Elmar. It's different.
Okay. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to try and approach it. Maybe we just need to keep our eyes open. Maybe take double watches. So there's 2 of us on watch.
Maybe, but like it hasn't come close, so maybe we want something else. And then I don't know, but we found like a lichen, and then suddenly we're being followed by something, and I can smell fur. So I don't know if it's connected after that.
Oh, here's my concern. The way that a lichen is turned or cursed is it's usually through a bite, through blood or saliva. Malavar was a lichen. What if he bit one of his attackers?
But he died by arrows, right?
He would have reverted back to his normal form when he died. Maybe
Wouldn't if it was someone bit, wouldn't they lose control? I feel like we'd be attacked by now.
Untrained.
I don't know how it works, so.
I can only speak from personal experience. It's kind of an overwhelming sensation, so you don't really have control. You're just kind of, I guess, turned to primal. What if he was maybe traveling with someone? Maybe?
Maybe. I don't even know if it's just one following.
Do you think it's more than one? Or is it
I could only, maybe it's one, but I don't want to just say, oh, it's one, and then there's more all of a sudden.
Okay.
I thought we'd tell Lyre, but Lyre's might freak out a little bit.
Yeah, most likely. But I mean, it's good to tell everyone instead of keeping secrets about.
No,
if we get attacked in the night and then we're like, oh, that's the thing we were talking about.
I thought it might be like an animal at first that was just like we were in its territory, but it's been a week, so
yeah. You know the way some creatures hunt, Kaiden?
Yeah.
Or some take their time.
Yeah. I don't like where this conversation's going.
I'm just thinking. In our dream, Leshi had said the hunt begins, and I couldn't shake the thought of it when Lyre mentioned that this thing he thinks is hunting him. Because I can't shake that feeling. I wouldn't be surprised if we're being hunted. Followed, tracked.
Kaiden, roll me a nature check.
I give Kaiden my inspiration.
Thank you. Wait. Oh, wait. Before you do that, because look at my sheet, I have attuned to nature, which means I get advantage on nature checks.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, never mind.
You can have it. Roll again. Roll 3 times.
14.
Yeah.
14, that's a bit better. Based on your understanding of how certain types of animal and monster will hunt, it seems, based on the behavior that you've been witnessing for the past week, there's a handful of options it could be, but you're starting to think that it's probably gnolls. So gnolls, when they start hunting, will not stop until their target is dead. If they've caught your scent and they're on it, then they're not going to leave you alone until they've pounced.
I can see cogs turning. What happened?
There's any cogs at all in that brain? Sorry.
They're smoking.
It's just a ball of moss that rolls around. Like,
he's just the monkey.
The moss is bouncing around the inside of his skull.
Yeah. Well, it could be a few things, but like, since the person died by arrows and such following us, I thought maybe it's like gnolls. I'm pretty sure Noel's favorite food is snake, which is concerning.
Maybe we should tell Lyre.
I think we should tell Lyre.
Yeah. Make sure you mention that Noel's like snake.
He does stand out the most from us as well.
Yeah. He's such a bright color.
Yeah. And like everything's green here, and he's like bright blue.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, especially when he's like sitting by the fire as well. It's like a blue lantern's just like, just a beacon.
Yeah.
Make sure you mention to him that like snake's Noel's favorite food before you start that conversation.
Well, I don't want to freak him out too much.
As you're setting up camp and you two are talking, Lyre, you've been kind of putting together a fire, making sure that Almar is settled down and sort of that sort of stuff.
Petting Icarus at the moment.
Giving him a little scritchy. As you've sat by the fire and you're watching it begin to kind of glow, you blink, and for a brief moment, you see your book in the fire. You see your grimoire sat in the center of the bonfire, and as you blink again, it's gone.
Lyre? You okay, buddy?
I'm fine. I was just telling Icarus how nice of a week it's been with like no attacks, no warnings.
Yeah.
Everything's been going well. Everything.
Well,
Everything's good. Everything's good. It's been it's been a nice change from the usual, you know? And like I know we had a big talk about like not getting like rushing into danger or like being upfront and honest if we learn things along the way. And I really think we're like coming together with that. I feel like the groove is going, you know?
Kaiden has something he wants to tell you.
Yeah. Well, do you know much about gnolls? Like,
do I know much about gnolls?
Yeah, like.
Roll me a history check, Lyre.
23.
So
You've
many
read
knows
about
their favorite
them.
food is snakes.
I mean, I've read about them. I know they're like ruthless, mangy mutts, if you will.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. Well, I think maybe might have some gnolls following us for like the last week. I thought it was just like an animal at first.
A week?
Well, they've been staying like really far away. I thought it was we're in an animal's territory.
We all slept through the night like two nights ago with no watch.
I was watching and
you were snoring louder than everyone.
Well, I made those up a little bit.
Let's not panic. They haven't come any closer yet.
Right.
So
okay.
Well, at first I thought it was a lycan. To be fair, I thought it was like someone following Sinza. Well, I thought they were following Sinza.
That's worse.
I'm going to shut up now.
Okay, so we have gnolls potentially following us. Potentially.
What was a guess? I don't know what it is.
But something's following us.
Well, yeah.
Toby, does Kaiden have a general idea of where they are at the moment, like the direction he last saw them?
If you look on the map, last you saw them would have been quite far behind you, or at least you saw something moving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we going in circles, guys? This camp looks really familiar.
Oh, haha.
I don't know.
I've only got so many fucking campsite maps.
I love it,
alright?
Thank you, Tobes. I'm sorry, the best DM.
And that's disadvantage on your next roll right there.
That is, you're getting attacked.
Mm.
He's like, you know what? We're adding 10 more gnolls to this encounter.
Okay. So can we lose them somehow?
Well, if it is gnolls, no.
What do you mean no?
I don't think we're going to lose them.
Why?
Well, they're already like staying quite far away. I don't know how we're going to lose them. They'll probably just pick up on scent very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in a lot of fields now. It's very open space.
Kaiden, because you'll kind of be putting the pieces together. It's very likely that they picked up your scent from the corpse, because the majority of you stuck your hands on that corpse in some capacity. So it's probably from the corpse. It's probably the corpse's fault.
Well, here's my take. What if we? This is a bad idea. Depending on how many there are, gnolls are more like animalistic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we not just try and like scare them off by being like something they don't want to attack? If they're already staying back, then maybe they're cautious. They don't know.
Maybe I could turn it into something big. I don't know if I can, but
I'm just thinking out loud.
Can I open the fucking fairy tale book I got for Kaiden? Is there a page?
Yeah. The little druid book.
Yeah, is there a page where a druid somewhere along his journey turns into a fucking bear? Or turns into something like, maybe like a Tyrannosaurus Rex along the way?
You
I don't have a puppet for that yet.
Figure it out.
you flick through it. And there is like a few pages about wild shaping. That the druid does wild shape into. There was a squirrel, a bird, a rat at one point, a dragonfly, and a bear.
Okay. We're gonna have a magic lesson.
Oh, okay.
Sinza.
But what if I get really tired and then we
Shut
get?
up.
Okay.
Sinza,
Hi.
can you keep an eye on everything for me?
Yeah.
Just
sure.
if you hear snarling, if you smell wet dog, tell us.
Don't worry, guys. I will keep an eye out.
Ymir.
That's
Thank
just
you,
a
Ymir.
joke. I can't see anything.
Okay,
This
big
is
man,
gonna
this
position
way.
herself up on the cart, and then just like our turn for the next however long they're like doing.
Should I ask Ymir to look at spirits in the distance?
Oh no! Oh, actually, yeah. Ymir,
Hello.
will you come up here with me?
She
And
kind of
maybe your
makes her way over
talents.
to you. Of course.
Yeah, maybe just gonna sit on top of the cart and like 180 our turn. Look.
All right, big man,
Yeah.
no pressure. Okay.
Well, I'm feeling a lot of pressure. I feel
Okay.
like I'm kind of virtual weak.
All right. Am I able to open the book to the page with the bear? Similar to what we did with the protection rune or the ground, I guess. Is there like a similar kind of movement or dance or anything around those lines that he could mimic?
It seems like a meditative state for wild shape. So it's a focus state rather than a movement. You can see the almost like crayon-like drawing of the druid sort of sat meditating before their form sort of shifts because they are deep in thought, trying to embody what creature they are trying to be.
Okay.
Something big, something intimidating.
Okay.
So it kind of just happens more so than activating something specific.
All right. Kaiden, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Sit or lay down or get into a position you find most comfortable, where you're most relaxed.
Well, that would be sleeping. But...
Before sleep.
All right, he's gonna lay down.
Okay. I need you to stay awake, okay?
Okay.
He's laying on the moss. It's very comfy.
Oh, it's so.
Kaiden!
Oh.
Okay. Similar like last time.
Yeah.
We're gonna focus on emotions when it comes to this, okay?
Okay.
So, with your magic before, it was more protection, right?
Yeah.
With this, I want you to feel free, unlimited, in a sense.
Okay.
Slow down your breathing. Close your eyes, stay awake. Now, Kaiden, don't make me slap you.
Okay. It's kind of hard to feel free when I feel like you're gonna slap me with my eyes closed.
Okay, I won't slap you.
Okay.
But I want you to think about how important this is. You've asked for my help.
Yeah.
I'm giving it. Please don't abuse that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I want you to think about a bear in the woods. Just after winter. It's been a long hibernation. You're stepping out of your cave for the first time in months. You catch a breath of fresh air, smell all the things on the wind. Your legs start to wake up and you begin to run through the forest on all fours. Become that bear. What do you feel? Tell me.
Can you use his wild shape now? Then
You can.
as he's like, he starts transforming as he's about to explain. Well, I feel like I've got kind of shot. Oh, don't stop right. And then it just starts transforming.
You watch as one of Kaiden's legs like kicks as you're describing like a bear running in the woods, and like you watch as his form is getting bigger, quite significantly bigger, as he sat, as he's beginning to prep himself, but his form is not turning into fur and claws. His skin is going grey. And his form shifts until sat in front of you, flopping about on the floor, is a giant shark. It is suffocating.
Lyre, what? What?
Give me a minute.
No! He's gonna drown, die.
Well, that didn't work. Kaiden, if you can understand me, can you revert back?
Is he dead? Kaiden? Oh, no, he's still breathing. Kaiden, don't go into the light.
Kaiden, you are beginning to suffocate.
Okay. Can he try and turn back?
You can try and turn back.
I can try.
Focus. You can focus your energy. You're just like, no, go back to Kaiden. Go back to Kaiden. Are you panicking?
I think so. He's dying.
As you're watching this shark writhing around on the floor, Kaiden, there is a sudden burst of pink as magic begins to spark off of you. We're going to roll on your out of combat wild magic table.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Okay, so as you're rolling around on the floor, there's this spark of wild magic, and suddenly underneath you, and underneath Lyre's feet, the grass and the flowers begin to grow exponentially. Flowers are beginning to pop up from the floor around you, and the floor becomes difficult terrain. So it kind of wraps around the bottom of Lyre's soles. It's difficult for you to move in this area. It's pretty, but ineffective. It takes a few moments before Kaiden reappears in front of you in a heap on the floor, struggling to breathe.
I don't think I ever want to turn into a bear again.
It was a good try, Kaiden.
Yeah. I think I need a minute to breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a minute.
Maybe so. Maybe not a bear.
No, you turned into a shark.
Well, it's big and scary, so halfway there.
I don't think it's particularly scary, but the shark is suffocating on land.
No.
Good try. Keep a watch, okay?
Yeah.
We'll work on it another time.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Lyre's gonna go sit by the fire again.
Ymir stood next to you, Sinza. You called her over. She's kind of looking at you expectantly.
Do you see any spirits at all, Ymir?
Other than the ones I usually see, no.
Sinza, I think she wants to ask if her brother's there and then bites her lip.
You notice Ymir is looking just past you.
What do you think of all this gnolls and strange letters and...
Don't you think it's a good thing that, like, they know about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to make conversation, I guess, a little bit easier, but how, I guess, is also a question.
What if they sent him to kill you?
I mean, it's a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised.
You never asked him.
I think I like to see the best in people sometimes. Assuming that when it's the only thing I'm... Yeah, Sinza just, I think after a certain amount of time passes and she doesn't see anything on the horizon, she kind of climbs down from the car, gives Ymir a hand, and then just kind of sits down next to Lyre, pulls her knees to her chest.
So you begin to settle down for the evening. Who's taking the first watch? Kaiden. Who's on second watch? Both of you? Okay, Lyre. And third? Sinza. Okay. Kaiden. As you settle down for the first watch, you kind of sit just a little bit outside of the camp to keep an eye out. Roll me a perception check, please.
That is... No, it's good. I just need to see what my bonus is. 22.
22, okay. So you're kind of watching the horizon. You see these shapes move occasionally, distantly, and then pull back again. You catch a glimpse of blue light. This kind of blue glow of a pair of eyes that fades. And then another set distantly, but they're a good maybe 60 feet out, hidden in what brush there is available at this point near the base of the mountains. And you hear something overhead. This flapping noise. You kind of peer up, and you can see a figure that is coming down to land nearby. They are dressed in sort of a red uniform with a little hat, a very brightly coloured bird-like Elenian, with a bag, like a shoulder bag, over one shoulder. And they settle down and start rummaging through the bag before making their way over to you.
Yeah.
Male?
Oh. Yeah. Thank you.
And he passes 2 letters to you.
It just
Both of them are
Obi?
addressed to Sinza.
Oh, okay. Is this an occasional, like, looking behind this person to see if there's any difference in the creatures that he can see?
You can see, like, the blue lights keep kind of coming up and then vanishing again.
They don't seem to have changed, like, behavior at all with the mail delivery.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
The figure doesn't stay long. He kind of rummages back through his bag, looks at you and says, "That's it. Have a good night."
Okay. Thank you. Have a good
Takes
night.
off.
He just goes and puts it in his senses where she's sleeping for now.
You see, the wax on one of them is sealed with a bay leaf. and you recognize that as something from your sister. The other is sealed with a
I'm not
gold
going to think
stamp.
about that one.
There's sexting, Kaiden.
Nah!
There's anthrax. You place it down next to you place it down next to Sinza as she's sleeping. The rest of your watch is relatively peaceful, despite being able to see these creatures and hearing the kind of very gentle, distant whooping and growls and sort of
I can't hear
panting.
whooping.
You can hear them.
So tempted to do something.
Well, if you want to do
They're
something,
like
do it.
50, 60 feet away.
Yeah.
It's been a week. He's getting really irritated. I feel he's just going to see if he can find a rock. Just fucking pelt the rock in their direction.
As you lob this rock off into the woods, you hear like as the rock kind of hits the floor, and there is a chorus of these kind of whooping yells that echoes out from the brush, that almost sounds like laughter, as these things are. It sounds like they're mocking you.
He's not really going to do much else. He's more concerned that Lyre's on watch next by himself.
As you move to go and wake up Lyre.
Why?
It's time for your watch, but you might want to keep an eye out, because now they're like all the, you see that them eyes there, and like that set there, and also over there, like there's quite a lot of them, but like they haven't come any closer all night. I did throw a rock, but they just kind of laughed.
What? Why did you antagonize them?
Well, I wanted to see if they were actually going to come any closer, you know, but
We don't
not
want
doing
them to
anything.
come closer.
Well, I don't want them to come closer when we're all sleeping, or if like you're on watch, you know.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't. If they all rush one person, that's
It's okay.
all
I'll be
right.
okay.
Can I insight check that?
If you want.
Okay. That's a insight. It's a 13.
13. That's a 3. You can tell he's a mixture of frustrated and disappointed when you mention the word weak.
I don't think he said weak, but
Sorry, let me rephrase. He's disappointed and frustrated by the sense that, like, people are tiptoeing around him. He's beginning to believe that he's weak.
like I know you're capable, but like that's a lot of no's, you know. I'd struggle with a lot of no's,
Go to bed, kid.
you know.
Get some rest.
Okay, I'm gonna go rest.
Lyre, as you take a sit down to keep watch, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Sure thing. Lyre sits down at the edge of the camp, pulls out his trident and puts it down, and while keeping watch, he's starting to like etch in more of those markings. And Kaiden, before you tumble off to sleep, you hear he's repeating something. You can't make out what, but he's constantly repeating the same phrase. That is +1. 19.
19. You definitely see the blue glow. Lyre, you're a smart man. That blue matches that in your dreams of the White Leshi. There's something off about these gnomes.
If
The thing
they...
that Sinza said of the hunt is on, it's likely that these are in cahoots.
Okay. Lyre's going to keep an eye on them. If I can, I want to subtly summon Icarus behind me.
Icarus chirps a little as they appear.
I believe with Find Familiar, I can speak to him telepathically, I think.
You can, yep.
I'm just going to say, go around. See if you can find as many as you can. Give us a number. If it gets dangerous, get out of there, okay?
Icarus bimbles off into the dark. Flaps away, and you see the tail kind of fluffing off into the dark.
Want me to make a stealth check for a cat?
Yes, please.
What's a cat's... Wait, hold on, let me get the cat. Icarus! How sneaky are you?
Icarus is
a plus 2 to dex, I believe? Oh, plus 4
it's
to
a plus
stealth.
4 to stealth, yeah.
He's stealthier than me.
He's pretty stealthy.
18.
18. Do you say anything telepathically to the cat as he bimbles away?
Just, I repeat, if it gets dangerous, get out of there.
You get the feeling that Icarus is agreeing with you as the cat walks away. And for the next hour or so, you don't see Icarus. Before coming out of a section quite far off of your flank, you see the tail beginning to weave its way through. And Icarus has a mouse in their mouth.
Oh, good boy.
And they come and sit down next to you and say, 5.
5. Good work, buddy. I'll give him scratches on the head, under the chin.
Starts chewing on this mouse.
Okay. And then I'll just wait for the rest of my watch, see if anything happens.
You get the sense that they've moved closer. Not massively so, maybe about 10 feet, but they are closing that distance. Other than that, they don't make a move, not just yet. And by the end of your watch, you're watching as the sun is beginning to tint the sky purple, as it's beginning to light up. There's only a handful of hours left on the watch as you go and move to wake up Sinza.
I'll shake Sinza awake. Good morning.
Hi.
Icarus did some recon for us. There's 5 of the gnolls out there.
Okay.
They have blue eyes, Sinza.
Her face immediately drops.
I'm going to wake up Ymir to have a watch with you, okay? Just in case. Because they're probably here for you.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. It'll be fine.
Okay. Ymir! And I wake up Ymir.
Ymir is awake. What? I was having such a nice dream.
You and Sinza are on watch.
Okay. Why would you do that to me? That was so rude.
Because it's funny. And you would do the same.
Sinza, you notice there are 2 letters sat beside your bedroll.
She collects them. And looks at the seals of them.
One is sealed in green with a bay leaf, and the other is sealed in gold.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sinza, I think, pops a squat next to Ymir. And while Ymir is, I think, kind of looking out, Sinza reads them very carefully. She's not, looking down the letters for too long. She's continuing to kind of scan the horizon as she reads them.
Please look at your whispers. I am just sending those letters to you now.
So much reading this session. I'm so happy.
If you would like to read them aloud, you are welcome to. You don't have to. If you want to keep them to yourself, you can also do that. I will roll a perception for Ymir. Oh dear. It's not great.
Would you like me to roll perception check?
Yes, please.
15.
15. Ymir is focused on sound. Unfortunately, the sound, because of the way it echoes, is difficult to determine where they are in comparison to, given that she can't see where
And
they
Kaiden's
physically
snoring.
are. And Kaiden's snoring. Good God. 15. Sinza, you definitely see, whilst you're kind of looking at the letters, you look up and you can see this pair of blue eyes blink and then vanish, and another pair and another pair as they kind of keep popping up and keep vanishing in the dark. They're maybe about 40 feet out.
Sinza, I think, reaches across and just kind of holds Ymir's hand as like a little bit of grounding. And she has a silver coin in her pocket that she's like holding really tightly in her hand.
It is sizzling as you're holding it. And Ymir kind of looks over at you. Don't worry, I'll keep you safe. They're getting closer.
How close?
They're maybe at the 30 feet mark now. That chittering, that distant kind of whooping is getting closer.
They have the eyes of the Leshi, right?
Yes.
Any other defined features I can make out?
They're tall. You've never seen a gnoll in the flesh, but these things are maybe standing about 7 feet on their back legs. Thin, humanoidish torsos with... they are bipedal for the most part. Hyena-like in stature, with a long neck and the head. They're armored, not heavily so.
Yeah.
They've got sort of bone and leather that they've pieced together. But there is something unnatural about the way they're moving. There's like these twitches as they are waiting for you in the dark.
Sinza, I think seeing them get closer, she's going to stand and she's going to kind of like look to Ymir. We're leaving. Wake up, Lyre.
Wait, okay. Why are we leaving? We could just beat the shit out of them.
No, I'd rather not beat something that reminds me of something in particular.
I think Ymir takes the hint and will kind of move over and give you both a shake. She shakes up she shakes Kaiden pretty and does the exact same to Lyre. Get up, we're leaving apparently.
Why? I'm still sleeping.
You can sleep in the cart.
Okay. And he's like very tired. He's like, wash blanket, and goes to the cart.
Almar seems like he's on high alert. Like you can see his little ears are pricked up, and he's looking in the direction of the gnolls.
They got closer.
About 25 feet out now.
They're big.
So we can see them.
You can see them.
Do we want to take care of the situation now or try talking?
I'm not sure. I haven't encountered a gnoll before. I'm not sure of their vocabulary, if they speak common.
I think they're gonna keep doing this till we lose sleep. Then we'll just collapse.
It's your call, Sinza.
They remind me of her, and I'm starting to get nervous. And I don't want to lose it.
Do you want the rest of us to deal with it?
No, I'm not going to let you guys take this fight alone. I'll just try and hold it together.
Do you want me to see if I can talk to them? I'll just call out from here.
This might be another goblin situation where they just want to kill us and skin us.
I mean...
It's worth a try, though.
Okay. Lyre will sort of just put his trident next to him and say, "Hey, Norlus, can you talk?"
There is you see all of the eyes suddenly brightly light up in the dark, and they're all now kind of looking at Lyre.
Yeah, we can see you. You're not stealthy.
Bring us the creature.
Well, they can
not
talk.
Elmar.
They're talking about Sinza, Kaiden.
Oh, I thought they meant Elmar.
Wakey. I'll slap.
Sorry, I'm waking up. I'm sorry.
Well, our assumptions were right. They're here for you.
Bring us the beast.
Yeah, okay, we get it.
Take them.
So they're not leaving us alone, no matter where we go.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
So we're fighting? Or
We
we're
can
running?
try.
How... are we heading... We're heading towards a town, right?
You're heading
Base of the
towards
mountain.
a base of the mountain, yeah.
Yeah, do we want to take a pack of gnolls with us, though?
Uneven ground fighting these fuckers? That's your choice.
It's like Kaiden said, they're not gonna hunt us until we're dead. Or I lived a nice life. I could just go with them. No, we're gonna fight them.
Uh-huh.
To the lake it is. I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh, that's not good.
You know, it makes sense. He's tired. I got a 4.
I'm looking at a solid 6.
10.
Okay.
10.
It is
Awaken.
dark, so those of you who don't have dark vision are going to struggle.
I thought you said it was like end of the watch and the sun was up
Yeah,
and they were coming over.
Purple, pink.
We were getting ready
I
to
don't
leave.
remember
Hold on.
Purple, pink.
Hey, daytime, nighttime, daytime. You know,
that.
We're gonna go.
it was getting purpley by the time I was going to bed.
No.
Nighttime.
There you go. There you
He's
go.
doing that with his fucking cock.
Oh,
That's
Toby,
moss.
it's stunning.
That's so pretty. Pink
Okay.
lighting.
Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. Add these fuckos. I'm gonna add. You know what? They're all gonna go on the same. They're all gonna go on the same turn. Okay. We're gonna go through
Why is Sinza
the turn
there?
order. So that we can get an idea. So Lyre,
Hi.
what did you get?
6.
6. Kaiden.
Yes, 6.
4.
4. Sinza.
10.
10.
Yeah.
I will roll for Ymir.
So good, because Ymir rolled a natural
initiative.
20 and she's going to wallify the fuck out of these kids.
Please.
Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
fucking
I
18
rolled a
on the
4 as
roll.
well, and the gnolls also rolled like shit. So that's good. Okay. Right. So top of the round is Sinza.
Ah, shit. Okay. The blue lights, the mentioning of the lake. Sinza is starting to feel that pain in her chest. And as she's kind of like looking in their direction, she kind of opens her mouth and it's almost like she's swallowed gallons of water as this kind of black ichor just starts to like drip from her mouth. And Sinza starts to transform into the Leshi.
Huh? Well, that wasn't on my bingo card. Oh no.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly update all of these. Okay, so can you describe what the Leshi looks like in this moment, please?
So as this black ichor is like falling from her mouth, these two kind of clawed hands just shoot from her mouth and reach down into her chest cavity and just pull it open, and this like skeletal head just like launches free, and she's gonna run directly at the closest gnoll she sees.
As you close the distance with these gnolls, you are bathed in blue light from these eyes as you get close to it. What are you doing? You are in range.
She is going to use her 2 claw attacks. Sorry.
I'm going to ask you before you confirm those rolls. Are you raging?
I want to say in this state, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one is a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit. As you swing,
Second.
it just scrapes across its armor.
The second one's only a 10.
Neither of them hit as you go in to swing, and they seem to kind of like bat you off. They were fully expecting this.
I'm going to use my bonus action. I'm going to swing again with my claws. Oh, that's a 17.
17 hits.
Uh, 10 points of damage.
10 points. Okay. You hear this kind of yelp as these claws connect with fur and flesh, and you tear through it like butter. It doesn't seem to. It yields to this injury quite quickly, and it's not looking particularly hot. These things are not built for taking too many hits. It seems these are puppets of the White Leshi. So, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that's all I would like to do.
Lyre.
How bad are these? Okay. I'll move 15 feet forward and then pull out my crossbow. And aim for its noggin.
Okay.
I'll aim to the one to the left of Sinza, so like lakeside.
This
if
one?
it helps. Yeah, that one.
Are you moving to get a better shot?
Yeah, I'm moving 15 feet forward first,
Okay.
just so I can see, and then I'ma shoot. That's 13 plus. I don't have a. I forgot to put my crossbow in. I'll say +2 for now, so it'll be a 15 to hit. And I'll add a crossbow.
It will be. It's a +4. So yes, that
okay.
hits.
Oh, sweet. Okay. No, crossbow.
You are
It's
carrying
just a
a
D6,
light
isn't it?
crossbow. I believe it is a D8
D4?
+1.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
For a light crossbow, for a bow, because it's powered.
7 plus 1, so 8 points of piercing damage from the light crossbow.
8 points of piercing damage. Okay, so this thing takes the shot and it yelps again as the bolt hits it square in the kind of the top of its chest, and its eyes snap towards you, Lyre.
I'll pocket my crossbow and pull out my trident and just get ready and start muttering to myself.
Okay. Ymir is going to pull herself down here. And she is going to cast Spirit Guardians on herself. As she kind of settles herself, and you watch these pretty kind of golden spirits begin to swirl around her. She holds down the fort. I'm gonna delete this area because you've already got the ring. And she will move in to close in the space as much as she can. That is going to catch this guy. So Spirit Guardians does it's a whiz save from this dude. That's a nat 1. They're not smart. It does 26 points to this gnoll of damage. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't be 26. It would be 11 because she's using its radiant. So 11 points, because I forget that it adds up. For some reason, it rolls both necrotic and then adds it. It's stupid. Okay, so that is down to maths. Oh my god, thank you. This thing's looking rough as these spirits begin to kind of pagger into it. Sinza, even in this muddled state, from behind you, you can hear Ymir coming up behind you with the kind of clank and saying, "I'm right behind you." And she's kind of settling herself and readying. Kaiden, it's your turn.
I think Kaiden's going to throw out his spirit totem. So he's going to throw out Pookie. As close as he can to get like Ymir and Sinza in it. It's like 60-foot radius it covers.
Okay.
So that aura will, yeah, it will give them temporary hit points of 7 temporary hit points, and they get and they get advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws as long as they're in the aura. So
okay, yum.
So I think as long as they make strength attacks, that'd be advantage.
And then he's going. Both of them are using strength as their attack modifier.
Perfect. So they should get advantage on that. I think then he's going to. What is the distance he is from there?
20 feet away.
20 feet away. Okay, from the totem. So I don't think he can get. Oh, he's got 35 movement. Can he get to that closest one? I think it's just out of range, isn't it? Like...
It is just out of range. You'll be about 5 feet back from it.
Okay. I will run in first to get within 5 feet. I will then rage and I don't think he has anything at distance, so he'll just use his cantrip for his action, and he'll just try a Thorn Whip and see if it hits.
On the one closest to you, or this one?
Right
or left? Or
I'll
further?
try the one closest, just to bring him in between, so he can easily get to the other side of the knoll, so we can flank.
Would you like to roll, or would you like me to roll?
Yeah, if you want to roll on there, it'll be easier for you.
Yeah. So, Thorn Whip. Oh, it's 23, that hits him. Oops, I didn't mean to roll disadvantage. Either way, I'll just take the higher option there. That will be a 16. I rolled to attack. Oops, I misclicked anyway. That's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Not the
so
D20.
that's 6 points to this knoll as you pull him closer towards you and into this gap. As the thorn whip kind of wraps around its torso as you pull and shreds into its fur. It is now
And then he
within
has the
range of you.
combat wild magic surge.
You do. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
There's a lot of effects going on at once.
Okay. Until your rage ends, you regain hit points equal to your con modifier at the start of every turn.
Nice.
Hell
It's
yeah.
got regeneration.
Yeah. You rage so hard your wounds are healing.
Oh my god, he's turned into Wolverine.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, the gnolls are coming in. So this one is going to attack Sinza. It is its target. It is going to try and bite you, Sinza. 14 just hits you. So that is damage.
I think my armor class is 15. Sorry, down. From D&D Beyond.
It's 40 on Foundry. And is that including your unarmored defense? The Dex Con, it should be 14.
In my Hyper transformation, I get a +1.
You get a +1. Okay, so that doesn't hit. So it tries to bite into you, and it just bites bare bone on this version of you and doesn't manage to scratch. It's going to try again, this time pulling back and attempting to poke you with its spear. It's a miss as you kind of swerve out of the way of it, almost as if you are expecting these tactics. This one is going to move up and take damage from the Spirit Guardians. Actually, the other one would also take damage from the Spirit Guardians. God damn it. That's another whiz save from this guy. Okay, I believe it only takes half damage on a save. Yes, it takes half damage. Okay. So that is 12-6. This thing is looking rough. This one also needs to make a whiz save. And this one takes 16 points, halved to 8. So that is down to this. As it enters Ymir's kind of space, and it is going to move up and attempt to attack Ymir. So that is a bite on Ymir. That's a crit.
Oh, shit.
Only rolled a 1, so it's 3. So she takes 6 points of piercing damage as this thing chomps down on top of her. And it's going to turn its attention to Kaiden for the spear attack. It's a miss. So it tries to swing its spear at you, Kaiden, and again, you kind of swap out of the way and get out of its range. This one also going to move into the Spirit Guardians. This is going to take a while. Sorry, kids. Donk, donk. That's a fail. As this thing takes 10 points of radiant damage. So that's that. Yum. And is also going to target Ymir. And it's a miss on the swing with the spear. And a chomp of the bite manages to catch her as she takes 4 points of piercing damage. She's going to roll her con, and the Spirit Guardian drops as she loses concentration.
That's not good.
So I can't get rid of the effect. But she is no longer casting Spirit Guardians. So These ones are. This one is particularly pissed at Lyre. Lyre, unfortunately, you see this thing suddenly barreling towards you.
Heal.
It is going to try and spear you for a crit. As it is rushing at you with its spear drawn. Oh, wow. You take 8 points of piercing damage as this spear kind of goes into your ribs. That could have been a fuckload worse.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. And whilst it has you pinned, it's going in for a bite. Which hits. And you take 3 points of piercing damage from the bite.
Alright.
The other one is going to back up its friend. It's got pack tactics. I forgot about that. So it gets advantage on its attack against you.
Yippee. Oh.
That's a miss on the swing with the spear as you kind of manage to get out of the way of it.
I only have an 11 AC. If it's got a plus on it, it hits.
Oh, you are set on here that you are wearing the armor, the studded leather.
I'm not proficient with armor at the moment.
Okay, so that does hit.
That's the thing. I was like, oh, I get to do damage. Well.
Oh, God, I'm rolling terrible with damage.
Damage is going.
And the bite also hits, so that is 6 points of piercing damage as you are chomped into as well. Lyre's looking pretty rough, but is taking the hits, and that is their turn. It is Sinza. Sinza, top of the round.
Sinza's... fuck me. These 3 gnolls that are in this space, Sinza's attentions are currently fixed on them there in front of her. And she kind of plants her footing and her teeth kind of clop, and as she opens her jaw, this kind of mishmash of sound circles her, and it's like, the lake, you will drown. And I'm going to cast Cry of the Curse, please. I'm going to take my points of damage as well to amplify that.
Okay. What save is that from the gnolls?
It
Is it a whiz save?
Yes, it is a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw from this guy. That's a crit from him, so he's fine. This guy also crit. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
What?
All of them crit.
Toby,
However,
roll in
how
real
far
life.
is
Your dice are
Sinza?
broken.
How far is that at a 30 feet distance?
Let me have a look. I believe so, yes.
Okay. Is it
within
also
60
allies
feet.
without allies included, or is it anything within
It's
that
what I
range?
choose.
Okay. So that's 60 feet. So this guy's also gonna roll. Okay, that's a bit more like it. 13 just makes it. And this guy eat shit. So this dude is afraid of you. So I'm going to give him the frightened condition. There you go. He's afraid as he is affected. This kind of call, this horrifying sound leaves Sinza's throat, or what you believe to be Sinza. As this gnoll, does this gnoll have to move its movement away from you, or is it?
It
just
can't willingly
unable?
move any closer to me.
Okay.
It's still gonna fuck me up. Don't worry, Toby. Like,
That's fine.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
never mind. Don't worry.
replace.
Yep.
Okay, so are you doing anything else on your turn, Sinza?
Yes, please. I'd like to use my 2 actions. I am going to sink my first one as reckless into this guy right next to me.
Okie dokie.
Uh, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
I'm gonna use my claws. 7 points of damage.
7 points. How do you want to do this?
Sinza just, like, I think launches forward with her claws and just kind of, like, tears him in half.
He's just torn to shreds in front of you, Kaiden. You are splattered with this thing's blood as the blue light dulls into nothing. And this guy is dead. Turned into jam before your eyes. Are you doing anything else this turn, Sinza?
Yes. I would like to use my movement to get up to this guy standing next to Kaiden, and I'm going to use my second attack on him.
Okay.
I'm so worried it'll be like, I can't tell the difference, Kaiden. I'm gonna attack you.
Well, I mean,
I
she's
stabbed
focusing on
Kaiden in the back
things
with my claws.
Yeah.
with blue lights at the moment. That's kind of all she's seeing. That is an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
So she's only going for anything blue right now.
Right now.
Sweats at Lyre.
Okay.
Sweats and Lyre.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
I won't play this game anymore.
That 8 points of damage.
8 points. So this thing's looking pretty rough as you shred it into it. But it is still standing and still brandishing its spear in your direction. Is that the end of your turn?
That's my turn, thank you.
Lyre.
Lyre's gonna pull the spear out of his stomach and just grit his teeth and right, fuck, and just try and slam the trident into the throat of this thing. Let's see.
What's that over there?
Me trying to figure out how to turn off the
Fish are going crazy.
It's gonna be a 9 to hit on the on that attack.
A 9 to hit. A 9 does not hit.
Shit.
I think it should.
I'll pull out my dagger and try and slam it into its shoulder, as it did last time against the goblin.
You have 2 weapon fighting.
As a bonus action.
Yum yum yum.
Yeah. It's gonna be a 5.
No, unfortunately, this thing is towering over you, and it is faster than you expect it to be as it moves out of the way of each of your swings or brandishes the spear and pushes your trident to one side.
Shit.
Are you doing anything else this turn, Lyre?
I can't. If I run, I'll get fucking fucked up.
Ymir is going to swing her mace. Does Ymir have multi-attack at this level? I don't believe she does.
I don't think clerics get multi-attack.
No, I don't think she's got it. Okay. That's a 26 to hit, though, so it fucking hits. As the mace connects with the fur on this creature, she hits for 9 damage. And you hear this kind of splintering of bone and sinew as she connects with this creature. And Ymir is going to use her bonus action. She's going to cast light on her mace, just to give people who can't see a bit more of a bit more vision. So that is 20-foot radius of dim light. Oh no, 40 feet is light, dim, 40, bright, 20. She lights up your battlefield and gives you guys a better view of whatever the fuck you're fighting. And that is Ymir's turn. Kaiden.
Okay. Kaiden. He's just gonna go for migraine, and yeah, he's just gonna make his 2 attacks on the gnoll to his right.
Okie dokie.
Is it easier for you to do it in the Foundry?
I can do the maths. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
So if you're just swinging, then just tell me how much damage you do.
That is 13 hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay. And the next one is 24 to hit.
I figured out how to turn it off. Sorry. Yes, that hits. 24 hits.
So that's 12 points of slashing damage.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. And what he's going to do is, as he kind of like
Could
tries
you repeat how much damage that was? Sorry.
12.
12 points. Okie dokie. Yeah, this thing's looking rough.
Yeah. So as he like tries to like leave a wound, he's then going to try and cast infestation on the wound.
Nice.
Okie dokie. Yeah, go for it.
That's a con save, so it just has to be 12.
Con save. Well, its constitution isn't great. That's a fail.
That's 2d6 poison. So that's 8 points of poison damage. So just as all
Can you
these
describe
like
what this looks like as it kills him, please?
it's essentially like a bubbling of maggot eggs as they kind of burst, and all new grown maggots kind of crawl out of the wound and like fester.
As the wound festers, it begins to eat away at the rest of this creature's flesh, and the whole thing is just torn to pieces by maggots as it collapses in a gross, wriggling heap on the floor.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. It's the Gnolls' turns. This one is going to continue trying to swing at Ymir. That is a spear point that misses horribly. And then it's going to try and go in for a bite, which also misses, because Ymir is just batting them off like, try harder. She doesn't seem to have much issue with facing those. However, there are still two that are targeting your boy, and they have advantage because of pack tactics. So, both. That's 15 to hit, so that hits.
That one hits.
With the spear, you are stabbed for 7 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And is going in for a bite as well, which hits.
That gets advantage too, doesn't it?
Either way, it hits. So I'll just take that
Well,
as is.
great.
That's another 6 points. And then this one is going to go in for.
Don't pull your punches on me now, Toby.
I'm not.
What was that? I thought that was going to.
That's a miss on that one.
Close.
And then he's going to try and bite you as well. That's a crit. So the bite goes in, and you take 10 points of piercing damage from the bite.
So we need to get new dice.
Lyre, you are on your last fucking legs standing up. You are bleeding heavily. These things are doing everything in their power to take you out. You watch as one of the gnolls keeps looking over its shoulder at Sinza.
Okay. He's
And not
paranoid.
really
Got it.
knowing what to do. It can't seem to move. But it's trying to focus its attention on you. With that is the gnoll's turn. Sinza, the smell of blood is clouding your vision.
Whose blood do I
There's
smell the
another
most?
one. The gnolls, mostly.
Thank God.
You are currently surrounded by two corpses, so that is taking up the majority of the smell
Yeah.
space.
I think Sinza's head kind of like tilts and the mane of fur just kind of drags through the dirt as she stalks towards this one right in front of her. And as she gets close, she kind of like leans back and she's just gonna like kind of dive at this one. I'm gonna use all 2 attacks and I'll see how I go. I'll start with my first attack and I'll see how I go. We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see. Oh shit. Oh! First one's gonna be a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
That is 5 points of damage.
Okie dokie. This thing takes
And
takes the swing like a champ.
Like a champ! Okay, my second attack is gonna be a 14 to hit.
14. 14 does not hit. As you try to go in for another bite, and this thing just moves out of the way.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, she's gonna go in with her teeth and she's gonna try and tear at its arm. 12, 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Fuck yeah! Oh! 8 points of damage.
8 points. Alright, this thing is looking pretty damn rough. Barely holding itself up as it leans on the spear. But it is still upright. Is that your turn, Sinza?
If I stay within its 5 feet, it doesn't get a attack of opportunity, right?
Yes.
Sinza, blood kind of dripping from her, like just bone face, it's kind of splashed up all over her. She's just gonna kind of stalk to just kind of get behind it, just kind of shadowing it as the sun kind of rises.
Give you mirror advantage.
That's
Nice.
my turn.
I mean, have
Lyre.
advantage already because of Pookie.
Me?
Yeah.
Lyre's like on his fucking last legs. He's just gonna try. Not like this. I won't be ignored. And he's gonna try and stab into the knoll again with his trident.
Okay. You're aiming for 15.
It's a miss. In just pure desperation, he's gonna try and stab, like bonus action, and stab him with his dagger.
Okay.
For an 8, for a 10?
No, it's 15 to hit. Unfortunately, you with the blood loss, you're starting to, the corners of your vision are starting to go dark. You're beginning to lose track of what is currently in front of you as you swing, and you're swinging wide in panic. And this thing just kind of takes a step back to avoid taking the hit. There's this kind of haunting smile on this gnoll's face as it's looking down at you. Are you doing anything else, Lyre?
I can't run. He'll hit me.
I'm surprised you didn't take the disengage action.
There's a reason. He's stubborn, remember?
He's very stubborn.
Nah, that's my turn.
Okay. Ymir is going to turn her attention to Lyre. She's like, exactly, not like this. She's going to cast Healing Word at 3rd level. Like, you get 13 points of HP back with a click of Ymir's fingers and a mutter of an arcane word. You feel a bit of your life returning back to you, but you don't know for how long. And that is her bonus action. She is going to turn around, look this gnoll dead in the fucking eye, and she, with advantage, is going to swing to hit. It's a crit. God, I'm rolling a lot of crits this session. Jesus.
Yeah, not just this session. Yeah, change your dice.
Bro. She hits for 22 points of damage as her mace swings down on top of this thing's head. Its head collapses into its neck, and it just sort of like,
Love
in
that.
on itself. Turns into a pancake. She's making some meat pancakes in honor of
Head rattles around in a ribcage.
Johnny!
in honor of Zani. And that thing is dead. Kaiden.
Okay. He is gonna see the situation with Lyre. He's just gonna rush over with migraine and just try and, like, while charging, just full body weight, just slam into this thing with his axe.
Which one? The feared one or the other one?
The one that's first, the first one, because it's the one he's going to end up hitting first. So. Okay, so that would be a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay. Let me just roll the second one just in case. And a 17 to hit.
Both of them hit.
Okay. So the first one's 10 points of slashing, and the next one is 14 points of slashing. So 24 total.
Okay. This thing is, it takes the hit as you find a notch between its ribs that your axe fits so perfectly into, as it slides directly in, and you pull it back out and swing straight back into the same spot, and it's just carving until it hits bone. This thing is like at an angle now. It should not be upright.
Bonus action, Thorn Whip into that wound where it's open, and just grab onto anything solid and just pull.
You have advantage on this roll.
Oh, nice.
Would you like me to roll it?
Sure, yeah.
Well, it would be advantage, so I'll roll again, even though that does hit. Yep, okay, first one. So that is 9 points. Can you describe what this looks like as you kill this gnoll?
It's just going to be a thorn whip that just kind of like digs straight into the wound and just like through any organs in the way to grab onto anything solid. So probably grabs like a rib or something and just yanks that to just try and pull anything out and just cause the momentum, just causing a snap. So he just kind of snaps in two while connected. So all the flesh kind of just like flops around and begins to tear at the top from the weight.
As you pull, you feel the thorn whip wrap around something solid, and you tug, and it pulls on its spine, but with it comes out most of its small intestine that just splatters all over the floor. Lyre, you are suddenly covered in another creature's blood as it splatters all over the floor in this jammy heap.
Yummy!
The top half of the gnoll.
Yummy!
And then Kaiden's there, covered in blood, like, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Just in time.
It's the gnoll's turn. This guy, he's not giving up on Lyre. He no longer has advantage, but he is definitely going to go in for another swing. That's a hit with the spear. As the spear goes forward to pierce into you once more, you take 4 points of piercing damage. The bite just hits with an 11 as you take another 6 points of piercing damage from the bite. Lyre, once more, you are barely holding yourself up, but you are still upright. And that is that gnoll's turn. Sinza, the smell of blood is beginning to blur. I need you to make me a d20 roll, please.
Do you want to roll it for me?
I can indeed. Why, because I'm making such good rolls this session?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, yeah. As you are looking over, you're kind of not quite seeing your party members for a moment before the focus moves from Lyre, who is covered in blood, to the gnoll. There is an overwhelming smell of gnoll's blood, and that is your target. So you are now pinned on that target. What are you doing?
Sinza, like a bull charging, drops her head, and on all 6 legs, she just kind of like charges forward towards this thing. And as she gets to it, she raises up on those 2 back legs, so her 2 front ones are up. And she's just gonna like use all of her attacks on this one gnoll, if I can. See how I go with the first 2. First one is an 18. Second
18
one
hits.
is a 15.
15 just hits.
Oh shit, we dead. Is that 12 points of damage?
12 points.
Yes.
Okay. Are you doing anything else this turn?
I'm gonna use my bonus action to swing again.
Okay.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Oh, it's a 6. 6. 9 points of damage.
9 points. So that. This thing's looking pretty rough already. After just you hamming into it, and it's looking up at you with these bright blue eyes, and there is this level of fear in the way that it's regarding you. Are you doing anything else this turn, Sinza?
That's my turn, thank you.
Okay. Lyre.
Lyre is breathing heavy, bleeding, struggling to stand. He's just gonna let out this unrelenting scream and try and drive the trident into the stomach of the gnoll.
I will give you advantage on this roll because there are 2 other people that are in combat with it.
Alright.
Oh.
I'm gonna take a photo of it. I'm gonna take a photo of it just so you know it's legit. I rolled
Is
2
it a 20 or is it a
ones.
1?
2 ones. No.
Toby, you're
Oh,
taking
it's
everyone's
so
d20s.
Look, all right, I didn't
Selfish.
ask for this.
Yeah. So I'll send it to the group chat in a minute. But yeah, there's 2 ones. I do not hit.
You swing this trident forward, and it pulls the spear up, and the trident kind of gets caught on the spear as these blades are inches from this thing's head. And it just pushes it to the side, looks down at you, and lets out this kind of laugh. This harrowing fucking hyena cackle as it's looking down at you. But other than that, it takes no damage. It just kind of pushes you off.
That's my turn.
Ymir. Ymir is going to move up to Lyre. Oh, no, you don't. And she is going to cast Cure Wounds on you. She's going to use her 4th level. She's going to fucking chunk it out. Let's hope she rolls well. She does. That's 20 points back to you, Lyre, of healing as her hands press against you and those winds begin to knit back together. And that is Ymir's turn. Kaiden.
Kaiden is... He's going to go in with Migraine. He's going to go up with more of an uppercut first. See how that does. That's not going to hit. That's a 10. Good second one does. 16? 16 hit?
16 hits.
So I guess he'll just miss with the first one, and then just bring the whole... Instead of turning it, he just brings the whole weight of it down instead. Just slam into his head. That is 11 points of slashing damage. Or, well, bludgeoning if he's just slamming the whole weight of it into him.
This thing is barely standing as you have carved through kind of its collarbone. One of its arms is kind of dangling off. It is not looking good, but it is still upright, barely. And it's the Gnoll's turn. It's
Bonus
gonna
action, though.
Oh yeah, actually, bonus action. That's a shout.
Infestation.
Yeah.
What he's going to do this time? He's going to throw a globule of his honey into that wound, that giant carving, and it's just going to be bees.
That's a 14.
Damn. I think that just
I don't think it takes.
But for flavor, there's bees.
There's now bees on the wound.
There's bees.
It's kind of like it's kind of flicking them off idly.
Yeah.
That there's a sticky fur and blood and meth. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad mix of smells and horrible. It's the Gnoll's turn. It's going to focus its attention on Sinza. Sinza, it is going to try and spear
Coward.
into you. Coward. That's a hit. Just. You take 4 points, Sinza, half to 2. It's automatically halving the damage I'm doing on Foundry, so, all that shit. And it's also going to attempt to bite you.
Munch.
That one's a miss. As it goes in for a bite, you kind of like bat the side of its head and like claw across its face, and it just kind of snaps its head to one side and winces from the injury across its shoulder. And that is the Gnoll's turn. Sinza.
Hello. Sinza still kind of standing on these on these 4 legs. I'm going to hit this thing with a Reckless for my first attack.
Okay.
Wicked.
Fuck me. 17 to hit.
Hits.
Put it in the ground.
7 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Sinza, I think, kind of standing upright. She looks down at this thing as kind of blood is dripping from her mouth, and she's going to mimic the hyena laugh, and then she's just going to snap her jaws over its head and just like explode it everywhere.
You can taste blood as it fills your mouth when you crunch down on this thing. Tastes good, tastes bitter, tastes like the hunt. And for a split moment, somewhere in the back of your mind, you think, she put me up to this. Before that bloodlust begins to sink in, roll me another d20.
Do you want to roll it? I'll let you roll these ones.
Your focus blurs for a few moments as you look over at Lyre. Lyre, you make eye contact with this skull-like features of the Leshi as it's regarding you, but only regarding. It is just watching you with these soulless eyes. And Sinza, your vision goes dark. With that, we are out of combat. However, there is a Leshi stood in the center of camp. It is watching Lyre closely. Its head is kind of tilting as it is looking in your direction.
I'm gonna hold its gaze just because I feel like if I look away, I'm dead. Like
You're watching as this visage is beginning to steam, and almost like melt off of her. And underneath it, Sinza, you see Sinza's fur, Sinza's face, as this bone melts into this blackened ichor heap on the floor. Sinza collapses. Sinza, roll me a d6, please.
Do you want to roll it?
She has a d4, sorry. Yes, I can roll you a d4. Oh, Sinza, you have taken 4 points of exhaustion.
Oh!
I don't think you wanted Toby to roll that one.
I don't think you wanted me to roll that.
Am I unconscious?
yeah.
You are not unconscious,
Like-
but you are
Okay.
you are pretty unable to do anything.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You're gonna wait 4
your
days
hit-
to get over that too, dog.
Your hit point maximum has been halved. You have disadvantage on all attack rolls and saving throws. Your speed is halved, and you have a disadvantage on all your ability checks as well, whilst you have this amount of exhaustion.
So everything.
So damn.
It's
So damn.
But
Since
Sinza
it's
drops
just-
into a heap, and she's not looking hot.
Lyre will stand up straight and put his trident in the ground. Fuck. And Lyre's gonna fall down and pass out.
Oh. This is Kaiden looking up at Ymir. How was
Ymir's going to drop next to Lyre and begin to kind of start tending some of Lyre's wounds, and she's going to kind of look in
drop.
direction.
I was like, oh no.
And drop onto her knees, and look at you, Kaiden, and be like,
Oh yeah, he's gonna help
do
Sinza.
something.
He's gonna use Cure Wounds first. I think that one is one.
It doesn't seem like Sinza is injured.
He doesn't know what else to do, so he's gonna do that first.
Okay.
I think it would be 7 points, but. And if that doesn't really do anything, he's just gonna try and see if like maybe she's running a fever or like just see how she's doing.
How are you placing your hands on her?
On like the forehead, like back of the hand, gently.
As you kind of like reach to put your hands on her, she flinches and there's like a darkness kind of still in the corners of her eyes that's slowly like leeching away. There's like a moment where it looks like she doesn't fully recognize you, and then she kind of clears a little bit, and she's just like, sorry, hi.
You doing okay, Sinza?
Yeah. Yeah, did I I didn't hurt anyone. Like, we're okay. Nothing bad happened.
I think we're good. He's gonna look up to Ymir for confirmation, see how it's going with Lyre.
Lyre, you are given back another 12 points of healing as Ymir begins to cast Cure Wounds on you again. And again, some of those injuries are knitting together. But the exhaustion keeps you semi-conscious. You are pretty worn out from that battle.
I got crit a lot in that. Can I look down at my tattoo?
You can indeed. Roll me a medicine check.
Oh, Icarus.
Now I
Lingering
roll
wounds.
high. I rolled an 18 plus 1, so 19.
Okay. Doesn't seem like your tattoo has taken any damage.
Okay,
They were aiming for the chest.
good to know. Lyre's semi-conscious. Lyre's gonna sit up and just like push himself up, and he looks angry, and he just sort of like stumbles away towards the cabin. Cart, sorry.
Ymir will follow after you.
Don't.
She stays at a distance, but she will stay close by. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna see if Sinza is able to like get on her feet comfortably and just try and help her up.
She kind of like clasps your arm as she stands. She's kind of wobbling a little bit, but
See that
she seems like
take you to like the caravan and just make sure you can rest.
Right. As you begin to pack up your camp, there is a silence that hangs quite heavily over the party. Your travel for the rest of the day, you're going to need somebody to take the car. Who is going to be driving? It seems unwise to take Sinza driving when she's as exhausted as she is.
I mean, Kaiden can try, but like he's never even really seen carts before properly. Like he's seen like the wagons and stuff, but
if I
You
sort
you
of
can
like
chat
talk
with
to
Kaiden.
Almar.
oh yeah, I can talk to Almar.
You can talk to Almar.
Yeah, I'll try and talk to Almar to help guide it.
Almar looks at you and just yawns like.
He'll yawn back.
He
He's
just kind of
like,
tilts his head at
also
you.
tired. You know, give her some scritches. And I guess he'll just try and like just ask politely, like, oh, if she can move to the left or right slightly. Warn her of stuff that's in the way, like that might come up ahead.
Almar seems amicable to working alongside you. They are a traveling animal. This is sort of the thing that they're used to doing. So you are going to roll me a survival check, please.
Okay. 14 plus. What's my survival? Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you begin to take the car, Sinza, Lyre, and Ymir are sat in the back. Sinza, you are in and out of consciousness for a long while, being barely awake. Feels like all of your limbs are full of sand. You are very, very tired and heavy. Lyre, you've mostly recovered with Ymir's help, but the mental scars may not go anywhere for a little while. Your travel continues for a few days. So, Sinza, you're down by this point to 1 point of exhaustion. So you have disadvantage on your saving throw, not on your ability checks, but your attacks will still be as standard now. And you have reached the base of the mountain. It's slightly colder here than you were expecting. For the rest of Sif being as warm as it is, it is quite chilly in this area. Or at least as you're moving up heading towards the trail, you can see a pathway that moves up the side of the mountain. All of you roll me a perception check. Sinza, you are at disadvantage.
19.
That's another dirty 20. The 20s have moved to me.
1. Sinza, you're not even looking. You are in the back of the car. You're not even looking. But both Lyre and Kaiden notice there is a door at the bottom of the Aces Ridge of this mountain. There is a large metal door. The pathway doesn't move towards this door. It moves up the side of the mountain. But there is a door. It's maybe about 10 foot tall, 10 foot wide.
Can I look on the map we have? Is there any marking on it as to what this door is?
You look at it, and doesn't seem to be any marking, no.
There's no guards or anything? Or like just no one
No,
around?
not on the outside.
So it's just a standard door built in.
It's a large
No
metal
other,
door.
like-
It's quite ornate.
Does it look very out of place? Or is there anything else near the door that suggests it's been built there? Or
It blends in quite well, as if it's not really meant to be seen.
it's meant to be hidden?
You can either begin your trek up the side of the mountain. You can go and investigate the door if you'd like to.
Okay, he wants to see the door, but he's going to ask Lyre, what do you think of that door over there?
Is it just a regular door? Is there any like markings or designs on it or anything like that?
Roll me a history check.
Where the fuck were you? Natural 20 for a total of history? 27.
So as you're looking at this door, you're immediately like hit with that's dwarven architecture. And you remember back in what is it? Back in the city, not in the city, in
The sanctuary.
conclave, being told that there is a city of dwarves in the Aces Ridge.
That's right.
You vaguely remember the term the city of violet gold.
That's where we needed to go. I think this might be one of our stops in this trek.
Through the door?
Possibly.
There's no signs. Isn't there normally like the sign?
I think it might be best to knock, first of all. I don't know.
Baylor, that's her name.
Yeah,
Bail-
Baylor.
Forgot. Yeah.
It might be best to knock. I don't understand. I don't know if there's any rituals or traditions here. But if we knock and ask, if we knock, tell them what we want and ask for guidance if we're in the wrong area, we might leave it at that.
Yeah. We can do that. I mean, it's your pilgrimage. Maybe if this is part of it, maybe you should knock. I don't want to get in the way of the pilgrimage.
Sure. Lyre will hop down and limp over towards he's still a bit sore after the fight. He'll walk up to the big door. Is there like a
It's
knocker
huge.
on it? Or
Yeah, there's like a knocker and a sliding kind of section of the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slider.
Lyre will knock.
Bathware.
Ding, ding, ding as you knock on this door.
The door
As it
wizard.
echoes across the mountainscape, it's this really hammering sound, and the slider slips open, and you see a pair of green eyes looking at you and going, "Name and title."
Lyre, pilgrimage from Kavik.
Oh, you're in the wrong place, boy.
Right, I do have a question. Just let me know if I'm also in the wrong spot for it. But I wish to learn to craft magical items. And I was told there was someone in this area who could teach me. Is that
You're
here
wanting
or...
to go up the side of the mountain. Aye. You'd want to go up the Stratus Summit, that's this one. You're looking for the Athenaeum of Artifice.
The artifice, right? Okay. Thank you. Sorry to disturb you.
No, just head straight up and you'll find it. It's hard to miss.
Thank you.
And the shutter clanked shut.
I will walk back. We're going up.
How much further is the trek up? You don't think maybe they'll house us for a night?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
You were told that there is an inn at the base of the mountain. And you just haven't
I
seen
see.
it yet.
Oh, okay. Since it kind of like slides ahead, she's like, "Do you see it? Do you see it in anywhere?"
Go to the inn. Well, Alma's a traveling animal that's like part of this company that has a group here. So would Alma know the way to this inn?
You can ask him.
I'll ask Alma if they know the way to this inn.
Wow.
Alma. Do you have speak with animals?
I don't need it. I can speak to animals.
Oh, okay.
You can just speak to them. It's part of
I can
his,
just speak to them.
So you
I can't
you
understand
have this
directly, but I
strange
get the gist.
back and forth with Almar. You don't understand what Almar's saying because Almar's going.
I get roughly the idea, but I don't know exactly what they're saying.
They begin to take the cart and start moving.
Okay. Okay. So
Almar begins to bring you round the side of one of these mountains. These mountains are huge. Like, for most of you, you've never seen mountains like this before. Because they're not really common anywhere else on Sith. The Asus Ridge is the only mountain range on Sith. It's beautiful, and they're capped in this strange white pattern that most of you have never seen before. The concept of snow doesn't really exist on Sith until you get into the outer atmosphere. There is a heavy cloud cover above these mountains. Lyre, roll me another history check, please.
Can I roll perception for rocks I haven't seen before?
You can.
12 plus 7. 18.
Okay. 18. You're a book
19.
nerd. You're a book nerd. So you've been you've done a bit of reading. And about dwarven culture, that you've heard of is that a lot of them worship cloud giants. So the heavy cloud cover probably implies there are cloud giants up there, which is interesting. You don't know much about cloud giants. You just know that they have a relationship with them.
Okay, good to know.
It's very unlikely they'll come down from the clouds, but you don't know. Kaiden, you're kind of watching as Almar's taking you around. You can see a lot of the rocks here are different to that in the jungle. They're kind of a pale limestone kind of color. Most of them are sharp, unweathered by things sort of like you would find in rivers and lakes and whatnot. So they're not as smooth as the ones that you usually carry, but there are chips of this kind of almost like chalky limestone stuff around.
Good luck. Everyone in the cart, just the occasional, just stop and then start and then stop every time there's a new rock.
Are they in your book? Can you check them off? Like,
Don't know. You're a joke.
You can look them up in your book.
Is that set in Foundry?
I haven't made it yet. I'm sorry.
It's
no,
totally
it's
in the
okay.
book.
I was just like, it would be in Foundry though. So once it's up and
It
running,
would be in Foundry, yeah.
Yeah.
I can give you a copy outside of Foundry as well, so you have that as
Okay.
well.
Cool.
As you begin to kind of flick through your book, and you're kind of looking for a matching picture, you're able to find a page that is based on the Asus Ridge.
Hey.
And the stone here is mostly almost like a limestone mix. So it's often used in production work. There's a lot of quartz in this area as well. And you see a particularly strange-looking stone that is like black with these kind of iridescent colours that carve through it in your book that says orichalcum, that is often used for the production of what is called black powder.
I thought you said
it is
orichalcos, and I got so nervous.
Orichalcum. It is a it's often used for black powder, which is used for explosives.
Kaboom!
It is a very volatile material.
Rock collection go.
As you're peeling round the Aces Ridge, a small building comes into view of an inn half built into the mountain. On the outside, it has a swinging sign called the Giant's Rest. And it's an image. The door is average sized.
Okay.
But the picture depicts the face of a pale, bald individual with a long beard, almost like blue-tinted skin, faint sort of white eyes, and these patterns that are like wisps over the flesh, surrounded by clouds, and then a mountainscape on the bottom. And it is well lit. There are carts outside, and Almar's ears prick up as it gets closer, and kind of like looks back to Kaiden. Like, meow. It seems that Almar recognizes this place, and will pull the cart in for you to settle. You see somebody by the stables, a young dwarf, that barely stubble, coming in, like dark hair that is long and plaited, with some gold caps on the ends of the plaits. Dressed in sort of standard kind of stable gear, and they kind of smile at you as you come closer. And it's like, "Hey, you staying for the night?"
Yeah, I think we're staying for the night.
"Oh, look at this big boy!" And he comes over and gives Almar like a chin pat, and Almar kind of growls in a like kind of sound. It's like, "Oh, what a lovely boy! All right, I'll take good care of them. If you go in, you can pay for the stable. Just meat. I'm assuming meat."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
we were looking for a partner company of the place we got him from. We took the pilgrimage from Kavik.
Do you have a name?
Lyre.
I mean, for the person to hand it off to.
Oh, he looks to the people that bought the kitty cat.
You were given a name.
I think we were given an appearance.
We were given an appearance, I know that.
Ymir mentions the name 𝘏𝘏.
𝘏𝘏. Yeah.
We're looking for Myr.
And he, like the young dwarf kind of goes, "Oh, 𝘏𝘏's just inside. They're just staying. They tend to set up shop here.
Okay.
You're not. Are you pilgrims? You've got an Asimov with you. That's why I figured. You know."
We're taking part in the pilgrimage. Does that make us pilgrims?
Yeah. If you're traveling the pilgrimage, you're pilgrims. All right. You're not going to be able to take the cart up the mountain. It's not safe. It's not quite a wide enough path for you to take something like this. But we can keep hold of it while you're making your way up. If you're going to the Athenaeum,
In time.
It's a couple of days travel up the mountainside. So make sure you're well prepped before you go. If you head inside, I'm sure that Dulon can handle your requests. And he smiles and kind of takes Almar in and settles him up in the stable. But the door's there, and as you begin to head into the inn, that is where we're going to call our session.
Yeah.
Hey. Hell yeah.
Thank you for playing.
Thank
We're on
you
the
for
say goodbye
the
to Elmo now.
Oh, Kane's like, where are you taking him? We bought him, right?
Where's
Mate, he's my
Scott?
friend.
He's like,
Why
"Gonna
are
tell
you
him."
taking him away?
My son. But with that, we're going to end the session. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you all next week.
Like and subscribe.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I tried to do a thing. Didn't work.